Hey everybody, it's Renee from Tailspin Farm, and I am hopping on today to give you a tutorial on spinning off from bobbins and putting them back on plied onto another bobbin. And the reason I like to do this is because I love to overstuff bobbins. Those of you who have heard me talk before about spinning or follow my Instagram know that I love to fill up my bobbins as full as I can get them. One reason I do that is I have different colored rabbits, and I like to try and keep my colors together of either one or two of the rabbits together. When I do that, I'm able to keep track of the yarn and which bunny was responsible for the yarn, and then I typically put it on the tags and things like that. And so I got to the point with my Angora rabbit that I would, you only get so much from each grooming, depending on the rabbit. And so I was able to partially fill, some of these smaller bobbins. Now this one is not Angora, but I would partially fill a bobbin, and then I'd try to partially fill another bobbin. So I'd have two bobbins and try to keep all the specific yarn from each rabbit together. And it just became an issue with colors because I'd have all these bobbins full of half-done bobbins full of specific colors, and I could never get the skeins finished off. I don't know why. It was just one of those things that was so difficult in my brain to do. I always needed to fill two of the bobbins in order to get a skein. And I saw this trick, and I can't even remember now who or what I was watching, but this made everything brand new for me when I saw this. It was such a great tip. And so I'm going to share it with you today. I'm going to adjust the camera a little bit so you can see what I'm doing, but basically all you need is your wheel, a full bobbin, and a yarn ball little machine that you can get. This one came from Amazon. It's just a yarn baller with a twisted hand, and it puts it on. We're going to get this set up here so that I can do it from my wheel, and I'll kind of talk about what I'm doing, and then we will I'll show you how I put it back onto a bobbin from one bobbin to another, two-plied. So hold on tight and I'll be right back. Okay, so what I've done here is I've put my bobbin down on my Lazy Kate. I have an Ashford Traveler, and my Lazy Kate is attached to it's right built into my wheel. And I have my ball winder here. I have it attached to my table here. And I am just going to essentially take my full bobbin of my gray Angora, and I am going to create a ball with this. So that's all you do. And this is a pretty, like I said, this is a pretty full bobbin, so I'm going to end up with a pretty large ball of yarn. So I am going to finish this off, and I'll be right back to show you what we're going to do next. Okay guys, I'm back. I've adjusted my camera here. I know you can't see my face, but you can still hear me talking. That's okay. I wanted you to be able to see what I'm doing here. So this is my ball. I had, it was on this bobbin. So this is one full bobbin into this ball. So what we're going to do is so essentially spinning yarn, any spinning yarn, if you do 2-ply or 3-ply or even 4-ply yarn, I don't do that, but most of mine are 2-ply. What you're doing essentially is taking two bobbins of yarn and spinning them back on yourself. So when you spin, I spin everything clockwise. So all of my bobbins go on clockwise. When I ply, everything is counterclockwise. So that is what makes the twist in the yarn. So this is essentially the same idea, but I'm going off this ball of yarn. It's a center pull ball. So what I've done is I have the outside string, and I've pulled the center string out. And what I'm going to do, and again, I have been spinning I've mentioned this all the time. I've been spinning for over 15 years. And this was just something I happened to catch just recently. So what I love about that is with any kind of fiber art or spinning, that you can continue to learn many, many years after you start doing it. Again, I am self-taught. I am a self-taught spinner. I've not taken classes. I've done a lot of YouTube classes. I've done some classes where I've watched off some of they're the subscription sites that have craft different videos you can watch. I've gotten on there and done some of them. I think the one I used to watch has changed hands and I don't even know what it's called anymore. So I have learned from different spinners, but I think you can continue to learn even after years. So all I've done is I've taken, this is my lead. I just took it off my, what was here on my bobbin. This one isn't completely empty, but it'll be enough. And I've tied both of my strings to the end of the bobbin. And what I'm gonna do is start this into reverse, and it's gonna pull it right up. Now this can be a little bit tricky because you do have spin on your yarn. So it kind of wants to twist back on itself doing it this way. You just have to take your time, and I am untwisting and just letting it. You just have to watch, let me see if I can show you. So it doesn't get kind of caught up in here before you get to the ball. You want to make sure that you're always watching that it's taking and not twisting in a way that you don't want it to twist. You don't want it to double over on itself. And that's all you do. You continue to feed from the center and the outside of this ball. It is a little awkward at first, but once you get the hang of it, it's really no different than spinning off 2 bobbins off your Lazy Kate. And the beauty of this, again, is if you have one color that you're working on a bobbin, you have a full bobbin of just one color, or in my case, it's off one specific rabbit, you can make a skein. Oh, and I've got some hay. Sometimes hay, you know, when I first started spinning and first started buying fiber from people and started seeing that there was what they call it is VM, or vegetable matter. Some sellers, whoops, I got my thing off here. Some sellers will actually put, when you look on their listings, they'll say, you know, there is some vegetable matter in this because it's fresh off the animal, and some people like that. It gives it kind of a, you know, it's fresh from the farm kind of feel, I guess. So every now and then I run into a piece of hay on mine that I didn't see when I spun it on. So yeah, so you just need to, you're working both hands at the same time, working slowly, getting enough twist in there. And so this is essentially all that I'm going to do, is just continue to work this, and this will make my 2-ply yarn. And again, the trickiest thing about this is working with this ball and getting the center pull out and the outside out without it twisting before you're ready for it. So I'll cut out here and I'll finish this off, and then I will show you the finished product of what it looks like with it spun off a ball. Okay, I am at the end of my ball, and I just wanted to show you what happens when you do, essentially you're coming to the middle of your ball. The middle of your, actually what would have been the middle of your bobbin, I should say. And so it does get a little, you end up kind of with a wad of fiber or wad of yarn, single ply at the end. And so what I'm going to do is just gently work through this so I don't get any knots in it, because it does want to twist on itself. That's what spinning is. I'm just gonna take it nice and slow. And I do have a very, very full bobbin right now. It is, actually it got a little bit messed up, so I'm gonna try to fix it here. I'll show you what happened. And so I am just gently gonna take this and unravel it as I go and finish off and show you where I'm at. Okay, so that ends up coming to a midpoint, and I do not have any scissors. Typically I don't do this, but for the purpose of the video, I'm just gonna break it in half and finish it out. And that's it. There is, you can see, there is my finished yarn. So this was one bobbin and then put into a ball of yarn on a ball winder and then spun back onto itself to get my yarn here. So all I have to do now is take this off. Let's see, can you see me? Kinda. All I have to do is take that off the bobbin here. I'll put it onto my nitty knotty, and then I will wash it and have a skeiny yarn all set. So that is the tip for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked it, please click the like button down below and subscribe to my channel. I would appreciate that. If you have any other videos you'd like to see, pop them into the comments, and I would love to make some more videos for you guys. So I hope you all have a great day. Bye.